From Studio G and fighting for you from the Foxhole Freedom, here we go into another brand new hour of the Steve Gruber Show. Remember, it can result in extended periods of American pride, optimism, and enthusiasm for America's future. Live in all 50 states and around the world, it's a dirty job, and I'm going to get it done. Here are three big things you need to know this hour. Number one, the Democrats already facing the retirement of 4 incumbent senators leading into the 2026 midterm elections also have a major problem in Pennsylvania with Senator John Fetterman. It's getting worse. Number two, President Trump is about to sign a historic agreement to cut the price of prescription drugs, which has left Democrats glassy-eyed and confused on how to respond. And number three, so ABC first reported that President Trump will be accepting a Boeing 747-8 from the royal family of Qatar in the next few days, known as a palace in the sky, to become the new Air Force One. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But first, I want to get to some breaking news, as it were. And that is the United States and China have announced a deal to set aside tariffs for the most part for the next 90 days while they work out a final deal. It means that the tariffs of Chinese goods coming to America will be dropped from 145% to 30%. American goods going into China will be tariffed at just 10%. It's a remarkable turn of events secured by Scott Bessent. In fact, he had something to say about it just a short time ago, and here it is.
We have reached an agreement on a 90-day pause and substantially moved down the tariff levels. Both sides on the reciprocal tariffs will move their tariffs down 115%. We had very robust discussions. Both sides showed great respect. It was a chance for me to meet the Chinese delegation. The vice premier I had previously had only a video call with. Ambassador Jameson was familiar with 2 of the other leaders on the delegation from his previous time. So there was very good personal interaction. Both countries represented their national interests very well. We concluded that we have shared interest, and we both have an interest in balanced trade. The U.S. will continue moving towards that.
Yeah. That's good news. In fact, it's such good news that they've made a deal here. Let's look at the futures again. The futures, as we open Monday trading of the stock market, now it shows futures of the Dow up over 1,000 points, 2.5%. The S&P 500 up over 3.15%. The NASDAQ up over 4%. Could be a whale of a day for people on all the markets. The NASDAQ at almost 21,000. S&P at 5,800. The Dow back at 42.5. 42,353. On its way up. So the stock market is soaring. So this trade deal apparently in place. Both U.S. and China agree to take the aforementioned actions by Wednesday this week. So in about 48 hours. Also, according to Fox Business, the two countries highlighted the importance of sustainable, long-term, and mutually beneficial economic and trade relationships. So China couldn't take it. That's the takeaway. China couldn't take it. We knew that. We're the biggest market. And Donald Trump's about to sign an executive order bringing down drug prices. This is a big deal. Democrats not sure what to do about that one. He'll sign an executive order that will reduce prescription drug and pharmaceutical prices 30 and 80%. I'm not sure how that happens. We need details. They will rise throughout the world in order to equalize and for the first time in many years bring fairness to America, he said about the tariffs. I'll be instituting a most favored nations policy whereby the United States will pay the same price as the nation that pays the lowest price anywhere in the world. Well, we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. All right, so back to this jet. The 747-8 that's apparently going to be gifted to the United States in the Trump administration from the royal family of Qatar. As you can imagine, it's raising legitimate questions about how such a thing can be done, and with the idea that Trump could use a post-presidency is also raising alarms all over official Washington and, of course, with the anti-Trump crowd for sure. And to be honest, I want to know more myself, because the Constitution specifically forbids the president from taking gifts from foreign kings and countries. But this wouldn't be going to the president, not technically. It would go to the Department of Defense. Those are the people that own Air Force One. And that's the idea of this jet. But the red flags are there, and they should be. This is something that should be taken slowly, explained clearly if it is to happen, and understood not to benefit the president in a financial way directly. In February, President Trump weighed in on the extended delays of Air Force One and a new delivery for a new plane. When the Qatar idea was first floated back in February, here's what he had to say. Listen.
No, I'm not happy with Boeing. It takes them a long time to do, Air Force One. We gave that contract out a long time ago. It's a fixed price contract, and I'm not happy with the fact that it's taking so long. And we may do something else. We may go and buy a plane or get a plane or something, but I'm not happy with the fact that it's taking Boeing so long. There's no excuse for it. And they had a fixed price contract. I made that deal. Now they're losing a lot of money, and they'd like to see if they could, up the price. But I make fixed price deals. I don't like time and material deals.
Sir, the only other commercial aircraft maker that could make a plane that big is Airbus. Would you consider?
No, I would not consider Airbus over Boeing. No, but I could buy one that was used and convert it. I could buy one from another country, perhaps, or get one from another country. So we're looking at other alternatives.
Buy one or get one from another country, looking at other alternatives. Apparently, this was on the table back then when he was on Air Force One. Here's how it was being reported by at least one of the outlets out there. Listen.
ABC News exclusive. The Trump administration is preparing to accept a luxury jet from the royal family of Qatar in what may be the most valuable gift ever given to the United States by a foreign government. Sources familiar with the arrangement say the Boeing 747-8, known as a Palace in the Sky, will be available for use by President Trump as the new Air Force One. When he leaves office, ownership of the aircraft will be transferred to the Trump Presidential Library Foundation. The White House and DOJ did not immediately respond to requests for comment on this.
Yeah, that's the question. If it is then sent to the Trump Library for use by then former President Trump, is it an ethical concern? Many members of Congress say they have the right to weigh in and vote as whether or not this gift is accepted. We'll see what happens. Meanwhile, another big weekend win for the President. Zelensky said he's ready to meet with Putin directly in Turkey come Thursday, face-to-face. President Zelensky, President Putin, face-to-face. Who got this done? President Trump. I'll be back with Greg Wrightstone after this.